Yo Loot Crew, ready to snag some free loot? Today, we're digging into the newest free games on Steam. Without further ado, let's get down to it. Hey there, gamers. Today, we're diving into a fresh 2D pixel art platformer that's making waves for all the right reasons. Picture crisp, nostalgic visuals that harken back to the golden age of side-scrollers, but with a modern twist that keeps your eyes glued to the screen. The game is built around a handful of distinct worlds, each one a unique blend of colors, enemies, and hidden secrets that feel like a breath of fresh air every time you jump into a new level. What sets this title apart is its unapologetic difficulty. There are no saves or checkpoints in the middle of a run, so one wrong step means you're back at the beginning of that level. It's a brutal test of precision and patience, but that same brutalism gives it a deep sense of satisfaction when you finally nail a particularly tricky jump or dodge a nasty trap. The developers have struck a sweet balance, enough challenge to keep you on your toes, but not so much that it turns into a source of frustration. The reward system is cleverly designed to keep you coming back. Every time you beat a level or discover a hidden item, you earn points that unlock new content. Think extra lives, new character skins, or even entirely new gameplay mechanics. It's a solid incentive to keep pushing through those tough sections, and it adds a layer of replayability that feels earned rather than forced. And for those who thrive on competition, the online leaderboard is a highlight. Once you've finished a run, you can submit your score and see how you stack up against players worldwide. The leaderboard updates in real time, giving you a real sense of progress and a tangible goal to aim for. It's a great way to gauge your skill and see where you stand in the community, but it's not all smooth sailing. The lack of checkpoints can feel punishing, especially if you're new to the game's mechanics. A quick restart after a single mistake can feel like a time sink. Also, the reward system, while rewarding, can feel a bit grindy if you're aiming for the higher tier unlocks. That said, the game's core gameplay, tight controls, responsive jumps, and satisfying enemy interactions remain solid throughout. In short, if you love pixel art, crave a challenge, and enjoy the thrill of climbing a leaderboard, this platformer is worth a look. It's a tough, rewarding experience that rewards perseverance and precision. So pick up that controller, brace yourself for some unforgiving runs, and see if you can master the worlds and climb to the top. Happy gaming! Welcome to today's review of Brawlers of the West. Prologue, the limited early entry into a gritty, physics-driven Western brawler. Think of it as a taste of this. There's only the first boss, no multiplayer, but plenty of punch and grapple action to give you a feel for the game's core. Right from the start, the game pulls you into a saloon that's more than just a backdrop. Every glass bottle, every chair, every table is a potential weapon. Throw a bottle like a drunken gunman, swing a chair with the grace of a seasoned gunslinger, or simply slam into the bartender's counter to take them down. The physics engine is impressive. Every hit feels real, every ragdoll tumble has a weight that makes the fight feel earned. Combat itself is a dance of timing and positioning. You have a full arsenal of punches, kicks, and grapples, but the difference between a clean strike and a missed one comes down to when you land the hit and where you stand. The game rewards smart blocking too. If you can't position yourself, a single punch can land with a satisfying crack. The environment becomes a third hand in your arsenal, and mastering it is as essential as mastering your own moveset. Characters in the prologue each bring a distinct flavor to the fight. One might boast high stamina, letting you keep up a relentless barrage, while another can throw a single punch with devastating force. Unfortunately, the limited version doesn't let you try every fighter yet, but the available options still show the depth the full game promises. The biggest drawback of the prologue is, of course, its brevity. You only get to face the first boss, and there's no multiplayer mode to test your skills against other players. That means you're left wondering how the physics and combat will scale as you progress, and how the variety of characters will feel in longer sessions. On the bright side, the game's core mechanics shine. The physics-based combat feels polished, the environment is cleverly integrated, and the character differences hint at a rich, nuanced fighting system. If you're a fan of realistic, ragdoll-heavy brawling, Brawlers of the West, Prologue will give you a solid taste of what's to come. In short, the prologue is a strong, well-crafted glimpse into a game that promises to deliver a deeply immersive, physics-driven Western brawl. It's a bit short and limited, but it's enough to make you want to keep your eyes on the full release. In the quiet corners of indie gaming, a new low-poly adventure has quietly risen from the slime-filled mists of its world. Slimetopia invites you to become the lone hero of a land that once glowed with peace, now shattered by an army of mad slimes. From the very first frame, the minimalist design feels fresh, simple polygons, bright colors, and a charmingly retro aesthetic that reminds you of the early 2000s, but with a modern polish. The core of the experience is combat. You wield a wand that fires magical projectiles in rhythmic bursts, letting you clear swarms of slimes with a satisfying pop-up rhythm that feels almost musical. When you need to take on a larger group, you switch to a sword that deals damage in a slower, more deliberate swing. The contrast between the fast, flashy wand and the measured sword creates a dynamic pacing. You never know whether you'll be blasting through a wave or carefully picking off enemies with a precise strike. The game keeps you on your toes, encouraging you to stay alert. Every corner might hide a lurking slime, and the next wave is always just a heartbeat away. Exploration feels rewarding too. You'll climb towering mushrooms in the swamp, venture into the glittering depths of crystal mines, and uncover hidden paths that lead to secret caches. The world is rich with small surprises, glowing fungi, ancient carvings, and random encounters that keep the environment feeling alive. Each location feels distinct, with its own palette and ambient sounds that complement the retro soundtrack. The music shifts from jaunty, upbeat tunes in the open fields to haunting, echoing chords in the mines, never breaking the immersion. However, the game isn't without its flaws. The AI can sometimes be predictable, and the difficulty spikes abruptly, which might frustrate newer players. A more nuanced progression system or optional difficulty settings would make the experience smoother for all. All in all, Slimetopia delivers a charming, rhythmic action-adventure that feels both nostalgic and fresh. Its minimalistic visuals, engaging combat, and hidden secrets offer a satisfying dose of indie polish. If you're looking for a quick, bite-sized romp that still rewards curiosity, this low-poly gem will keep you hooked, slimy slime. Welcome to the world of Gromopoli, the online board game that turns the classic property buying formula into a high-stakes, chaotic war of wealth. Picture your favorite Monopoly meets a real-time strategy game, but with 8 players on a single digital board, and every move you make can bring an opponent to their knees. From the moment you launch the game, the vibrant, customizable skins give each board a fresh look, whether you're playing on a compact 8x8 grid for a quick showdown or a sprawling 16x16 map for a marathon session. The interface is clean, and the drag-and-drop mechanics make buying and trading feel instant. You'll find yourself reaching for your mouse or touchpad as soon as the first card lands on your turn, because the thrill of snapping up a prime property is almost addictive. The core loop is simple. Purchase properties, build up your holdings, and watch your opponent's bank balances shrink. But that simplicity is the source of the game's depth. With 8 players, the board quickly fills with competition, and alliances form and dissolve in a matter of minutes. The game supports teams of varying sizes, 4 teams of 2 or 2 teams of 4, so you can tailor the social dynamic. When you're in a team, coordination is key. You have to decide whether to protect a teammate's assets or launch a coordinated buy-off against a rival. One of the standout features is the land ownership war mechanic. Instead of just collecting rent, you can directly attack an opponent's properties, forcing them to sell or face bankruptcy. This adds a layer of tactical decision-making that keeps the tension high. The game's AI is surprisingly competent, meaning you'll be challenged whether you're playing against bots or a full house of human players. On the downside, the learning curve can feel steep for newcomers. The sheer number of variables, property values, team dynamics, board size can be overwhelming. Also, the random nature of card draws sometimes feels too luck-based, which can frustrate players who prefer a more deterministic strategy. Visually, Gromopoli is charming. The board skins range from classic board game aesthetics to bold, neon-lit cityscapes, each adding personality. The sound design is modest but effective, with subtle chimes for transactions and a satisfying clack when you finalize a purchase. Overall, Gromopoli is a brilliant mashup of board game nostalgia and real-time strategy. It's perfect for groups looking to mix social interaction with competitive play. If you enjoy games that reward bold moves and clever alliances, Gromopoli will keep you on the edge of your seat. Grab your friends, pick a board, and let the property war begin. Imagine walking down a hallway that looks like it came straight out of a child's crayon sketch. but every step you take feels like a heartbeat in a silent room. That's Sunday School, a short but unnerving psychological horror that takes its cues from the likes of the Exit 8 and PT, yet it feels wholly its own thing. From the moment you load the game, the world is a looping corridor that keeps repeating itself. You're trapped in the mind of a child, and the only way out is to spot the subtle differences between the normal rooms and the ones that have been warped by trauma. One wrong exit and you're back at the start, the loop tightening like a noose. It's a simple mechanic, but the tension it builds is relentless. The game is designed to be played in about 30 to 60 minutes, but that doesn't mean it's a shallow experience. As you descend through 8 floors, the drawings get darker, the shadows creep closer, and the sense of innocence slipping away becomes a chilling reality. The visuals are deliberately surreal, sketchy, almost hand-drawn, but each frame feels like a window into a child's subconscious. What really sets Sunday School apart is its multiple endings. The story isn't a single, linear path. Each time you play, you'll find new anomalies, tiny, unsettling clues that unlock different pieces of the puzzle. These anomalies are the keys that bring you closer to the truth beneath the surface. There are 3 main endings, and each one offers a different perspective on what happened to this child. It's a clever way to keep the replay value high, even in a game that's only an hour long. The audio design is another strong point. The soundtrack is sparse but effective, letting the silence speak louder than any scream. Subtle cues, like a distant laugh or a muffled cry, keep you on edge, forcing you to trust your instincts as much as your eyes. And if you're worried about the price, the developer has made it clear that Sunday School is a free game made with love. They're encouraging support for future projects, but for now, you can dive into this haunting experience without spending a dime. In short, Sunday School is a masterclass in minimalist horror. It takes a simple loop and turns it into a psychological maze that lingers long after you've turned off the console. Whether you're a fan of atmospheric dread or just looking for a quick, intense scare, this game will leave you questioning the line between innocence and nightmare. If you're ready to walk through a child's darkest thoughts, this is the game for you. Welcome to the Mainframe, the quirky 2D platformer that drops you into a 1995 computer system on a mission to wipe out a rogue virus. Pick your avatar Bob, BRT, or BTY, and dive into 4 distinct zones, each with its own pixelated aesthetic and unique enemies. The game keeps the nostalgia alive with crisp retro graphics, yet the Godot engine delivers smooth controls and full gamepad support that feels like a throwback to arcade days. Every level rewards you with collectible chips, and the hacking minigame adds a fresh twist that breaks up the platforming grind. The game offers 3 difficulty settings, so whether you're a casual gamer or a hardcore perfectionist, there's a challenge for you. The boss fights ramp up nicely, culminating in a massive final showdown that really tests everything you've learned. The pre-rendered 3D intro and outro give it a polished feel that's rare for indie titles. Overall, Mainframe delivers a tight, satisfying retro experience with enough variety and polish to keep you coming back for more. If you love classic platformers with a twist of cyberpunk, this one's worth the jump. Hey gamers, let's dive into the fizzy frenzy that is Guns&Sodas. Picture this. You're the chosen hero on a mission to recover the 5 primal sodas, the secret sauce behind every drink ever made. The world's on the brink of a soda apocalypse, and only you can stop the chaos. From the get-go, the game throws you into high-speed arcade action. Dash, shoot, and chain combos like a caffeinated whirlwind. The combat feels fluid, almost like a dance, and the super dash, just hit those side mouse buttons or tap left and right quickly, lets you dodge enemy fire with a burst of acrobatic flair. It's a mechanic you'll want to master for those nail-biting moments. The roguelite foundation keeps the runs fresh. Each playthrough starts clean, but as you rack up kills and unlock the primordial drinks, you'll gain permanent buffs that make future runs feel like an upgrade sprint. The vending machines are more than just decor. Activate and upgrade them for rear cover, and some even drop gadgets that trigger your devastating super shot. That's a fun twist on the classic Ally system. And the arsenal is a smorgasbord of pistols, each with its own quirks and playstyle. You'll spend time experimenting with which gun feels right for each wave. The combo system rewards precision, turning every kill chain into a score-boosting opportunity. Bottom line, Guns&Sodas packs a punch with its explosive soda theme, slick mechanics, and replayable roguelite structure. If you're craving a fast-paced, combo-driven shooter that keeps you on your toes, this fizzy title is a must-read. Welcome to the ultimate sandbox for Starseekers. In this game, you're not just playing a character, you're crafting a Hollywood legend. Start in a modest apartment, hit auditions, and climb the star charts by starring in everything from gritty action flicks to swoon-worthy rom-coms. Every film you ace builds your fan base, and the more fans you have, the bigger the red carpet events you'll unlock. The customization is insane. Think runway meets reality TV. Thousands of outfits, hairstyles, and makeup options let you build a look that screams you. Once you're ready, strut down the catwalk in exclusive fashion battles against other stylists. The designer collaborations feel fresh, and launching your own perfume or clothing line gives a satisfying sense of ownership. Exploration is a joy. Unlock iconic locales: Hollywood, Beverly Hills, Manhattan, Las Vegas, and each city feels distinct. From penthouse suites to chic boutiques, the environments are polished and full of small details that make the world feel lived in. The social layer is solid, too. Party with A-list characters, share your style, and trade tips with friends. Graphics are bright and polished, with a cartoonish charm that keeps the tone light. Soundtrack choices pop, and the voice acting feels like a backstage pass. The only real gripe is that some missions can feel repetitive once you've mastered the audition formula, but the overall package delivers an immersive, glamorous experience that will keep you scrolling the social feed for hours. If you've ever dreamed of the Hollywood life, this game gives you a front row seat.
Pose the paparazzi.
Darkenstein 3D throws you straight into the heart of a brutal, retro-style FPS. You're the hobo guy, a lone drifter armed only with a shotgun, tearing through 1940s Germany to rescue his dog, Gunther, from Nazi clutches. The game demands skill. No cover, no aim assist, just raw gunplay and lightning-fast dodging. Every shot feels heavy, and every kill explodes into ragdoll carnage that ricochets off walls and enemies alike. 13 handcrafted levels push the stakes higher, from crumbling castles to dusty desert towns, each hiding keys, secrets, and hidden horrors. And when you think you've got it under control, a vicious rat joins the fray, lurching at foes and turning close-quarters combat into a chaotic frenzy. Pair him with grenades and mines for a true onslaught. Built over 4 years by a single developer, Darkenstein 3D feels like a love letter to late 90s shooters. No microtransactions, no battle passes, just a relentless, skill-based experience that rewards precision and daring. It's hard, it's brutal, and it's pure retro gaming bliss. Thanks for hanging out with me today. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button and subscribe so you won't miss the next update. See you next time.